do our first presentation, group presentation. Okay, so today, without further ado, I would like to invite group 1 to present their presentation. Yeah.
Present terus Dr.
Present terus lah sebab saya memang tak ada lecture, memang akan terus dengan presentation. Why?
Okay Dr. tak apa-apa. Yes,
Tak
baru
apa.
saya tahu untuk yang semalam tak ada ni. Saya baru tahu
Sorry?
ingatkan ada lecture dulu, lepas tu baru present.
Tak ada, kita start dengan presentation. Biasanya kalau ada lecture pun at the end of the presentation, sebab at that time kita akan conclude apa yang present. Alright. So basically for task number 1 ni, yang group 1 akan present ni, basically represent topic 1. Topic 1 hari tu kita dah discuss banyak kan. So that's actually represent topic 1. So group Ashraf hari ni.
Ya Dr.
So who are going to present? Three presenters apa?
Saya, Adam dengan Syuhaida.
Alright, so semua tu internet ni lah, okey lah
Setakat ni yang saya tahu, Alhamdulillah tak ada masalah sangat lah. Setakat yang saya tahu.
Alright. Okay, so I'm going to mark you according to, saya ada scoring rubric for oral presentation. So I'm going to mark you according to the rubric, and I actually have guided you kan macam mana you nak present, and then saya beritahu juga hari tu, saya explain dekat you on the assignment guidelines. So saya pun beritahu you presentation ni ada marks for creativity. Alright, so it's okay. Boleh kita start tak untuk presentation?
Boleh Dr. Ya.
Alright, so the discussants apa, group mana yang akan comment your presentation ni?
Grup 10.
Group 10. Alright.
Grup
So group 10, are you ready? Group 10, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Alright, good. Okay, so now, without further ado, I would like to invite group 1 to present their presentation. So you can share your slide or whatever to show to the class. So you have 20 minutes, right?
ya Dr. 20
Okay, 20 minutes and 10 minutes for Q&A. Alright, okay. Silakan.
Okay, saya jemput kawan-kawan saya untuk buka kamera sekali macam mana kan.
Alright, and I pay attention, not only group 10 can comment the group, but other class members also can give a comment or any suggestion, or you can involve in the discussion. Alright.
Okay, Syuhaida dan Syuhaida. Hello, Syuhaida. Okay. Doktor.
Yeah.
Okay. Think we have. I need to call my friend first. Maybe he tengah bersiap-siap.
Syuhaida. Tak ni je. Tak apa.
Boleh kita start biasa Doktor. Doktor.
Yes.
Lepas tu kalau macam tak apa dulu. Nanti saya tengok dulu. Okay.
You ni nervous ke apa ni?
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Relax je, tak ada apa-apa pun.
Okay, Doktor.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to everyone. I am Wan Ahmad Ashraf bin Wandau, and I and my other team member will be present on the business ethics and corporate governance about topic 1. Okay. Okay. This is my teammate for your information. We have Adam, and then for this slide, actually, Ahmad Zafri prepared it, and then
Alright.
for other point, we made by the corporation.
Okay, good.
Okay, ethical decision making. Okay, this is ethical decision making meaning based on the reliable article we use from the university American. The process of evaluating and choosing among alternatives in a manner consistent with ethical principle. In making the ethical decision, it is necessary to perceive and eliminate unethical option and select the best ethical alternative. And then we need to select the best ethical alternative. We need to uh, collect all the manner, and then we need to select the best ethical alternative. And then this is step. We have 7 step. We have 7 step for the this ethical decision making. As you can see, this is all the step in the SCCA guideline. Okay. This SCCA guideline based on the American Association Accounting. Okay. Issue in ethical dilemma. Okay. We have 2 issue. Actually, we have 2 issue. We have general issue and specific issue. General issue is about this, about a conflict interest and trust issue. Trust issue, this is effect from the conflict interest. The is both of them are interrelated between each other. Okay, we have the it based on their action, judgment, and or and decision making. Interest, what their interest, state, or the interest. And then we have personal gain over duties. Personal gain at the the decision making is making based on personal gain over duties. And then we have managing a conflict of interest. It is how the step, we have 6 steps for the managing conflict interest. Trust issue in business is cornerstone of relationship. If the if conflict of interest occur, they treat shareholder trust and leave the company vulnerable of lawsuit. 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 Okay. Okay, and then we have a specific issue. Based on specific issue is we have 2 points as the main point under reporting income and falsified document. Under reporting income, it illegal practice. The example is just like the federal government lost tax revenue, and other point is manipulate figure. It's under report, or we can say it above report income, and then we have to use the based on the guideline by the SCCA. And then we have document. Okay, flashing document is changing detail of original document. It's about you create a new document or something else, just like you put the zero behind the number. It's just like the changing detail of the original document. Then type of white collar crime. It's just like you don't have the document, or it can be the you make something under the table. Okay, altering, changing, or modify a document. Yeah, it's the same as the before the prior point. Okay. Next, I will pass to Adam Adik.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning. My name is Muhammad Adam Adi bin Ahmad and my matric number is 050158. Now I will continue with why accountants should behave ethically. So, accountants should behave ethically in the sense that she or he has to be independent, transparent, confidentiality, and skepticism. The first is independence. Independence are important ethical value in accountant professions. Accountant must remain free from conflict of interest when performing the financial statement. Why accountant need to be independent? It's because if the accountant failure to remain independent, it may hamper an accountant ability to provide honest opinion about the client financial statement. The second is transparent. Transparent is to make the statement should be properly disclosed and easily to understand. It is because to reduce uncertainty in the transaction financial statement, to disclose performance of company and clarify how relevant the information toward the public user and the other user. The third one is confidentiality. A professional accountant should respect the confidentiality of the client information and required accountant not to disclose the information to the another party or third parties, and also cannot use the information to get advantage and get the profit from it. So accountant really need to be confidentiality to keep the information with the honest. The last one is skepticism. Skepticism is an attitude which is accountant always questioning minds, that is always being alert to the condition that may be some error or misstatement when performing the financial statement. So why this skepticism ethic is important is it can reduce the percentage from the accountant to do the error and misstatement. So next is important of ethic in account. The first is use the information to make decision in investment. The user like shareholder or potential shareholder and other user of the financial statement very depend on the financial statement to make their decision in the investment. So the second is present a true and fair view of the company. A certain company rely on the accountant opinion, which is the person who prepare their statement to present a true view of their company. The last one is give benefit to public community. Knowledge of ethics can help accountant to overcome ethical issue and allowing for the right choice that will be give benefit to the public community who relies on the accounting reporting. So that's all for me. I will pass to Ashraf.
Okay, actually to solve all the problem given in the aspect of general issue and the specific issue, there is a way to solve it. It is Islamic finance way. Okay, it is the main 3 points that we need to understood. Okay, it has musyarakah. It's more to partnership. Partnership is mean all the partner take the risk sharing and justice. Risk and profit share. It's about the share. Share is mean you pass between the each other. And then pre-riba transaction. Pre-riba transaction is under the Sharia law. Is cannot use the riba transaction in the investment. Okay, And then uncertainty-free transaction. Anything that you don't know, you have something you not confident about the transaction, and then you can uh, tell them is something that you don't know about it, or you don't recognize it as this is what I can say from this. Okay, the underline is clearly understood by all the parties to financial transaction. Yeah, this is the main point that you need to understand about it. Clearly understood. Okay, and then actually I have prepared video for all of you. Okay, wait a second. This video from the Arayam band. Oh,
himself when he used
can you hear the video?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Can see the video, the moving. Okay.
all the principles of Islamic finance lie in the basically in the Quran and the Sunnah, which is the example of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. From both of them, basically the Sharia was derived, and the principles of Islamic finance were established and developed regarding it's their implementation and application in the modern banking life, which as we know, all Islamic banks use those Islamic principles which were used at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, the principle of mudaraba was used by the Prophet himself when he used. By the way, just to explain mudaraba, it's basically a profit sharing agreement where two parties uh, get into a partnership to undertake a business or trade. One party will provide the capital and the other party will provide their expertise to invest this capital. Then they will share the profit generated according to a profit sharing ratio agreed in advance. This principle was used by the Prophet Muhammad himself. In the past, he used to act as a mudarib or the fund manager of this trade, taking the capital or the goods of other people, trading with it, and then share the profit with them. So those or other principles like mudaraba also were used. Some new principles were engineered and developed recently with approval of contemporary Islamic jurists in order uh, basically to address requirements for new financial products that can be offered by Islamic banks. There are also principles in Sharia in order to address any new issue, for example, like ijtihad, which is an individual interpretation of a qualified scholar, ijma, which is the consensus of qualified scholars, and qiyas, which is the analogical reasoning based on an established precedent, in order to address any new issues, which those instruments are used by the Sharia scholars as part of the founding principles of Islamic finance to develop the approach used by Islamic banks and address any issue that might arise now or in the future.
Okay, that's all for the video I have shared. It's about that's what I have uh, pushed it. The point is the Islamic finance actually the solution for all the problem either in general issue and specific issue. Uh, for your information, there is a government worldwide organization which is we call it uh, A A A O I I F I. It's short form from the Accounting and Auditing Organization for Islamic Finance Institution. It have the it have at Bahrain, and it organized in the 1991. And then all the point we take it in from the reliable article, which is from the SEC Global, which is the about the step, and then the definition about the ethical decision, and then we use the financial accounting reporting book for the, and then we use for the video is about the Islamic finance from the reliable article, which is Arayam Band, and then we use the book ethical business ethical international book for the this course. And then thank you. That's all from our group presentation. Any question?
Dia dah pesan kat situ. Don't ask difficult question. Okay, thank you for group number 1. Okay, I open the question and answer session for group number 10 first. Because they are the discussant. Group number 10, any comments? You want to ask question or you want to discuss about this topic?
Well, your presentation is awesome. My question is, what are some of the common ethical conflicts that accountants encounter?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Common ethical
Okay, what are some of the common ethical conflicts that accountants encounter?
Common ethical conflicts.
your conflict. Okay, I will use the conflict between the shareholder. Okay, first, Syahada, you can answer the question.
I think Syahida internet line tak okay kot.
Okay, never mind. Okay.
Another, you ada 5 members kan dalam group kan?
Ada 5.
So another tu yang tak present tu pun boleh join the discussion.
Okay. Tak apa.
Tak apa, siapa-siapa boleh jawab.
Okay. Okay. The first conflict issue that the accountant will common issue that accountant should face. Okay. I will in this current environment, I could say the stakeholder conflict issue. Okay, such as the conflict issue. Okay.
Conflict of interest, right?
Conflict interest.
Yes, you have presented right in your slides kan?
Okay. Okay, we have about problem from the stakeholder. Okay, stakeholder. Okay, essentially it mean the stakeholder. Okay, stakeholder is mean from the, it's a very public meaning. We can say the society, we can say the government, we can say the shareholder. Okay, as a part of accounting, you should know the principle of conflict interest. You know about the between the shareholder and the management. You know, this example for the conflict interest. Principle of the shareholder and principle of management is conflict interest, and it's about the shareholder don't trust about the management. Just like I said before, it's about the conflict issue and trust issue. Conflict interest and trust issue, both of them are interrelated. When we have the conflict, and then it will affect our trust. That's why shareholder don't believe about the management. They believe management want to take their money, want to take their their profit from the company in term of personal interest. This answer your question.
Okay. So another question, group number 10.
Hi, I'm Shalini here. So I would like to ask, you all were talking about confidential, right? The ethics of accountant. So what happens if the accountant breaches the confidential ethics? Do you all
Oh,
get
that
it?
is okay. Okay, I will take from the
Hello.
point.
Boleh saya jawab?
Okay, was boleh was. Tengok.
Okay, regarding the question, what happen if accountant breach confidentiality? Okay, what's mean by confidential information? So let me explain. That principle, the accountant must keep the secret of information of the company that not disclosed easily to the public or use such information unless a specific authority has been given. So that's mean if the accountant breach the
Confidentiality.
confidentiality, it might be of the consequences of breaking agreement between a company, client and the accountant, and of course it will lead to termination of employment. If the case more serious, they will even face a civil lawsuit if a third party involved decide to press charge of the implication from the breach. So that's all from me about the second question. Thank
Okay.
you.
All right, thank you.
I have additional point, which is actually you can get this point from the company law book, which is from the UITM. That's when there is a no branch of duty. I think it's page 131. For the information, we have the accounting acts for the control this issue, accounting act to, and then we have the process and the procedure to how to sue them, the accounting act, if we can catch them if they involved in unethical decision. Okay. And then we have the for the okay, I think that's all from the question for the question. The next question.
Okay. Anything else, group number 10? Any other question?
Good morning. I have one question. I'm Janani from Group
Alright.
10. Okay, so my question to your group is, what are two examples of ethical considerations? Two is enough. Example of ethical considerations.
Okay, actually for the ethical consideration is something that we cannot conclude in the, but it can be the stakeholder, when about the perception. When I can take the issue like Bayalanas, Bayalanas about the factory issue from the Australia, have the we have it's the society complain about their risk, their life risk about the cancer about this because due to radioactive manufacture, and then uh, government only try them to confident the society about what the issue is, and then but the society still not confident about the issue until the forum have been made. You can see at this time you can see all about the vaccine. This is the same concept for the conflict interest. It's about is that when we talk about a consideration, it's about what we know and then what others know, what the other perception, and then we will fight with the, sometimes we call it just like the fitnah, and sometimes we can say some of point, we can say it just like a good point for the our information, because we have a limited knowledge, and then we don't take that our knowledge is the best. Sometimes we need to take the other option with other perspective. Is I think it's most reliable for us to know about the other perspective. Okay.
So is that answer your question, Janani?
I think kind of.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
But actually, ethical consideration is what you are consider when you want to do any ethical decision making. Okay, for example, actually you have present in your slide actually. So when you want to take any ethical decision making, what you are consider, apa yang you tengok, apa yang you nak tengok. First of all, maybe when you want to look at the when you want to do any ethical decision making, maybe you want to make sure that anyone do not you will not harm anyone. For example, okay, actually Wan Ashraf has have a point when he used the example of the factory tu. So maksudnya bila nak involve dalam any ethical decision making, so make sure you do not harm anyone. Alright, so seboleh-bolehnya you nak give benefit to all. Alright, I think that's what Janani kan?
Yeah, I think he explained more on the factory situation, so he got carried away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much.
But when I share, is a good example. Okay. Alright. Any other from group number 10? Banyak betul you bagi question kat dia. Discussion ni tak semestinya question tau. You can discuss the point together. Alright. Any other from group number 10? Yeah.
Yes, Doctor, good morning. I'm Udayan here.
Okay,
So
good
I
morning.
before I ask a question, I just want to clarify. Group 1 has explained about the issues in ethical dilemma. So at that part, they have categorized into two. One is general issue and another one is specific issue. They have explained more about specific issue compared to general issue. I expected to explain more on general issue because they never explained the 6 things that under the general issue. So it should be more helpful if they explain everything.
Alright.
That's one thing I want to share. And the question that I want to ask is, what are the effects if there is a poor ethical in accounting, and does it affect the business reputation?
Alright.
That's my question.
Okay, group number 1.
Okay, I could say based on we learn before, past week we have learned about the technique how to make the decision, and then one the technique with our technique will be influenced by environment. For example, when the country influenced by unethical decision, and then we will follow that unethical decision because due to that environment. That's why I think most accountant we need to not to follow the theory, but we need to be independent. What we want to. If we think about the integrity, and then we need to stand with the integrity, not with the environment. I think when the something just like I said, uncertainty information, and then we need to make it certainty until we don't have the sufficient document or something like that, and then we need to take the benefit to all. Just like Dr. Shaida say, we need to take the decision which is benefit to all. That's why I really pressure on the general issue, which is the best option for us about the integrity.
So what is the effect if the accountants act or do any unethical decision making? What is the effect to the reputation of the company? What do you think? Group member lain tak tolong you jawab ke?
But I have the
Okay.
agreement with them because I will answer for the all Q&A question.
Alright, okay, bagus.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so
Actually,
what is the effect?
okay,
What do you
what the
think?
effect is? Okay, I have the example issue for the Malaysian. Actually, based on CPI, Corruption Perception Index, Malaysia in 2018, we at number 61 from 118. 118, I think is the 108, 118. Okay. We at the place 61, and then we in the CPI we call it correction perfecting index, and in 2018 we at place 61. Okay, and then 2019 we at place 51, which is more smaller issue is the best. And then at 2020 we at the place 57. 57. Do you know what the effect is due to this problem? This problem due to the unstable political, because the PRU 14, the effect from the PRU 14, and then it affect the investment, our foreigner investment to invest in our country. But what I have looked for I really interesting about the government, because our Tan Sri, which is we call it Tuan Guru Haji Hadi, have go to the foreign country and then looking for the investment. And also the Khairuddin Atakiri, Ustaz Dr. Khairuddin Atakiri also go to the other country to looking for investment, other investment outside to invest in Malaysia. That's why we have the issue from the, which is called quarantine issue. Actually, they have the do their best for the country to take care about the society. However, some people about 100 benefit from them, and then we will stay looking for one mistake of them. I think we need to take all how they do the work, how hard they do the work, and then what if have some mistake, and then we need to just the about their benefit to country we need to consider, and then their mistake we need to stay claim for the why, because due to unstable political issue. And then we also can say about the SPRM, which is we call in English MACCA, Malaysia Anti-Corruption Commission. Due to this condition, which is number condition, the SPRM also do their work as hard as they can, because about the integrity problem, which is from the year for year, and then until I think the government and the business is the most interesting topic for the general issue and specific issue, because the both of them, because in the public sector they will consider for the society, for the business, for the government. But for the other country, we can say we can looking for the foreign investment. We can look at the foreign investment, which is sometimes we government give a tax exemption for the foreign customer, which is take the agriculture sector for the to encourage outside investment to Malaysia. Actually, for the government is similar issue from the business, but however, due to this effect, it will affect your business. Actually, for the public sector, it's also about the business, but it not major to business because it consider about the society. And
Okay,
therefore,
is that sorry,
why
Ashraf? Is that answer your question, Daya?
Um, Not really. I can see one or two points, but
All right.
not really. But I really appreciate that
Okay.
he's providing evidences for any points that he's giving statistically or factually. So
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I think it is better for one Ashraf to explain it by focusing on the accountant's job, right, Utayan?
Yes, yes, doctor.
Because he asked the question, what is the effect of unethical actions towards the
Yes.
reputation of the company? So you can narrowing the scope by explaining the jobs of accountants and what is the effect if an accountant do any unethical decision making for the reputation of the company. All right. So but never mind because I'm impressed with Ransha because he explain with the statistical evidence kan, so it's good actually, shows that you do a lot of reading. Okay, never mind. All right, any other from group number 10? I think
Um,
that's all good kan, ada lagi?
yeah, tak ada, doctor. That's all.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank you. Thank you for group number 10 for the comments. So I would like to remind other group nanti when you become a discussant, okay, you just not only can give the question, janganlah bagi question yang banyak sangat. You can comment on the presentation or you can involve in the discussion. All right. Okay. Saya bagi peluang dekat ada class members dalam one or two comments atau ada short or simple question. Ada class members.
Prof.
Yes, Prof. Okay.
From group 10, we just want to say the presentation was really good and we
Right.
were really impressed with the details he gave. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, okay, good. Any other class member? That one is from Janani, right? Janani is discussion group, right? Any other class member? Tak ada? Ke semua tidur je depan laptop ni
ada mungkin lain masalah kot.
Alright,
Mikrofon
tak apalah.
mikrofon
Okay, tak
salah
apa.
kan.
Alright. So let me conclude the presentation. Alright. So for group number 1, congratulations, you have done a very good presentation. So I can see the flow of your presentation. Alright. So basically my comment is that for the next presenter, okay, it will be good if you can highlight the question first. Alright, so you highlight your task question first so that other class members, including me, can see what is the discussion is all about. What the discussion is all about. Alright, so sekarang ni bila you terus jump into introduction and then you go in detail what you're going to say ni, tapi macam dia tak ada, dia macam tak ada track tau. Tak tahu you hala ke mana. No direction of your discussion. Alright, so better first you have to highlight the question first. So that other class member can see the direction of your discussion. Okay, flow tu dah ada. Macam saya refer balik kepada question, okay, so faham apa yang you discuss. Tapi other group member maybe tak ingat apa benda question yang dia dapat ni. But overall it's a very good presentation. I like your effort. You refer to the steps in making ethical decision from NCCA, kan? So this is a knowledge for your other class members and also for me. Alright. because this is my first time teaching this subject, so might be a lot of information or knowledge yang related to ethics ni I tak tahu lagi. So by doing discussion macam ni, ada presentation, so this is add to our knowledge lah regarding ethics. And then I also like the explanation on how you separate the ethical issues between general and specific. Like Utayan said just now, he expect you to explain more on the general. Can I see the slide for the general issue tu? Yeah, ada 6. Next slide. This one, conflict of interest kan, managing a conflict of interest. So Utayan kata dia expect you explain yang these steps, the 6 steps, but never mind. Kalau you explain the whole step, it will take a longer time. Okay, so nanti kita tak nak asyik dengar presentation ni, just nak buka, nak give introduction or the idea of the discussion. So I lagi prefer kalau you discuss among each other in class. Okay, itu lagi gain more knowledge. Alright. And then okay, you also have come up with the solution to the ethical issues, right? Which is Islamic finance kan? Islamic finance. So Islamic finance is basically your suggestion lah kan, Wan? This is your suggestion to ethical issues.
Yes.
Apa yang you nak highlight dengan Islamic finance ni? Apa yang you nak highlight by present the Islamic finance part ni?
Because when we say about the ethical issue,
yes,
and then we have last week we have learned about the technique. If our environment, the theory, okay, our environment take the unethical decision, and then we also will do that because it will.
Okay, I get your point. So what you want to highlight here is that one of the factors that influence ethical decision making is the environment, right? Is that your point? Okay. Yes. So now you suggest the application of Islamic finance. Okay. And another point that I want to highlight here is that the opportunity. Opportunity is one of the factor that may influence someone to behave unethically. Okay. Ataupun untuk menipu ke apa, bila ada opportunity, when they have the opportunity to do unethical action, so itu sebenarnya menggalakkan lagi orang untuk do unethical decision making. So by suggest the Islamic finance ni, sebenarnya you try to mention that Islamic finance can reduce the opportunity to do fraud, right? Okay, so this is just your suggestion. Okay, good.
And Doctor,
yes.
at the same time, I want also to tell about the Sharia compliance. Sharia compliance. It's also from the JAKIM, if I'm not mistaken. To get that is really involve the process. Sharia compliance also be a part of this Islamic finance.
Alright, Sharia compliance. Okay, so you ambil subjek ni ke this sem?
Tak lah, tapi saya macam suka isu semasa.
Alright, okay, good. Okay, so the Islamic finance is actually for other class members lah kalau you tak tahu. Takut dia kata apa kandungan soalan ni dengan Islamic finance. So this is actually one of the suggestion lah by the group. Okay, this is how to reduce any unethical decision making, because we close the opportunity for any accountants or any bankers to fraud. Okay, alright, and then okay, for the reference part, you just untuk reference ni sebenarnya you tak perlu pun present. Okay, you just letak je references tu. Cumanya this is not this is not the format to do the references. Okay, but never mind. Saya tak explain kepada you. So for the references, you can refer to 7th edition of APA styles. APA styles yang 7th edition punya. Okay, that one is the latest. So nanti bila you Google APA styles ni, yang 7th edition, so you Google macam mana nak do reference for ethical journal, how to do the reference for books, and how do you do reference for any media social punya apa ni lah, macam YouTube ni. Okay, this is not the proper way to do the reference. Okay? Okay? Alright, good. At least you learn something. Sama juga dengan report tu nanti, reference you refer to APA style. Ada yang later yang 7th edition. Yang benda tu you Google je. Okay? Boleh? Alright, I think that's all the comments for group number 1. Okay? Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ada question? Tak ada cakap apa okay, you ada 5 group members kan? Okay, for other group nanti kan saya cakap kena ada 3 presenter, but what happened for group number 1 is Syahidah cannot present due to internet problem. So for other group member, after this, please make sure you have a backup presenter. So that this will not happen. Yang ni saya tak salahkan group tu lah, mungkin lah you tak perasan benda ni kan. So bila ada masalah macam ni, nanti you just present berapa orang je. So kesian dekat member you yang kena pull present. Alright, so make sure you ada backup presenter. Okay, ataupun all 5 group members tu prepare je untuk present. So if anything happen to your other group member, you boleh backup. Okay, itu adalah rule of teamwork kan. Itulah dikatakan teamwork. You kena support each other. Alright, so lagi satu saya nak pesan for other group members, if you have a free rider. Tahu free rider kan? Maksudnya yang hanya nak menumpang nama je, buat kerja tak, please inform me. Okay, saya tak ada. Kalau you kata dia ni free rider, saya tak adalah percaya satu pasal saya akan tanya dia lah. Saya akan, please inform me. Saya tak nak ada yang free rider yang apa. Sebab ini subjek etik. So, please be ethical Okay?
Okay, Doktor. Yang Syahidah ni tak ada masalah pun sebab masa training tu dia dah okey lah. Tiba-tiba dia ada masalah pula. Saya tak suka lah.
Itulah dia ada beritahu kat chat ni kan, dia line dia masalah, tapi itu ialah out of our control. So that's why saya kata just be prepared. 5 members of your group ni semua sepatutnya prepare untuk presentation. So bila something happen like this, so another group member boleh backup. Saya tahu you dah divide kerja bagus apa semua. So jangan risau, ini yang out of your control. So bila out of your control, takkan ada kena-mengena dengan marks you lah. Okay, ini kita nak buat macam mana kan benda sekarang kan macam ni. Alright, okay, we are settled with group number 1. So thank you so much for group number 1 and thank you so much for group number 10 for the awesome questions and also comments. Alright, at least we gain something from the discussion, right? So this is actually represent, like I mentioned before, this question actually represent topic number 1. Alright, so for task number 2, group 2 yang akan present kan. Okay, group 2, mana group 2? Ada tak wakil group 2? Anis Sofia, Nur Alia, Kavita, Nur Aina, Siti Nur Hidayah. Ada tak?
Ada, Doktor.
Alright, so for group 2, you are going to present next week. Okay, so again, for group 2 punya presentation pun dia akan still represent topic number 1. Alright, topic number 1, but kali ni your task is saya akan bagi case, simple case, short case. Okay, dan case ni saya nak bukan hanya group tu saja baca. All class member have to read the case so that when we discuss, you will understand and get some point from the discussion. Right? So, nanti saya akan upload dalam e-clip the second task for group number 2, which is Jenny case, ada case, short case. Okay, and then we are going to discuss, do the discussion next week based on the case. And group number 5 will be the discuss set. Where is group number 5? Ada tak? Group number 5. Wan Nur Fariza, Siti Shohaila, Nur Syafiqah, Umi Kalsum, Nur Ain. Ada tak?
Ada.
Alright, good. So you are going to be a discussion for group number 2. Okay? Okay, discussion ni macam saya cakap tadi lah, you don't ask question too much, but you are welcome to do the discussion regarding the case also. Alright. Okay, next kejap.
Doktor.
Okay, ya.
Yang tak silap saya, apa yang saya belajar daripada sen lepas lah, best setelah SEM, Dr. Nick yang bagi suggestion. Dr. Nick Fadilah.
Bagi apa?
Suggestion ni. Dia cakap memang solution dia Islamic Finance. Dr. Nick.
Islamic Finance. Tapi sebenarnya tak semua pun dekat Malaysia ni apply Islamic Finance kan? Betul ke kita apply? Tak, kenapa tak? Kenapa tak?
Sebab kita ada dua sistem, conventional system dengan Islamic system. Tapi sekarang ni
memang kita ada dua, tapi kenapa Islamic Finance kita tu tak kuat? Benda ni dah lama tau, daripada saya belajar lagi, kita orang dah belajar dah semua ni, tapi macam tak apply pun kat bank. Kenapa you rasa?
Kurang kesedaran.
No.
Kadang-kadang dia lebih untung yang satu lagi.
Because apa ni, our system is dominant by Western. Our system is dominant by the conventional. So apa yang kita boleh buat? Kita tak ada buat apa-apa. Sebab Malaysia ni kecil je. You nak ubah dunia macam mana? Okay? So apa yang you buat sekarang? The solution is on you. Ni semua ni, future accountants ni, you lah yang akan ubah nanti. Alright? So solution semua atas you. That's why datang kelas tu belajarlah betul-betul. So that nanti bila keluar, dia jadi somebody yang boleh ubah sistem ni. Alright? We are not saying that the convention is not good. Okay? We are not saying that convention is good and Islamic finance is good. Sebab Islamic finance pun, dia stage dia baru lagi, baby lagi as compared to convention. Convention dah lama. That's why dia punya sistem dah dah kuat, dah strong. Alright? Islamic finance ni baru lagi. Even if you look at the Alfi tu, kita mana guna Alfi pun kat Malaysia. Dia come from Bahrain kan, yang banyak guna ialah Middle East. Tapi masalah bila diorang guna, diorang tak sama dengan worldwide punya, international punya. So bila ada international punya business, dah jadi lain standard. Ni guna Alfi, ni guna international standard yang conventional. So itu pun dah jadi masalah. So kita tak boleh nak buat apa sebab kita tak dominant the system. Alright. So macam mana kita nak dominant sistem ni? You lah the future accountants. Okay. This is your task. This is your responsibility. You sepatutnya you masuk universiti tu dah nampak what do you expect in the future. Saya masuk universiti, saya nak belajar, saya nak ubah the system. Kan? Itu yang sepatutnya. Alright. Saya hanya duduk kat Uniza ni je, game ni je kat you, gitu je lah. You might be somebody nanti in the future. Okay, nanti saya pula yang invite you. Please come to Uniza and give talk to our student. Who knows kan, dah ramai nak alumni Uniza macam tu. Alright.
Doktor, berdasarkan apa yang saya present yang saya lepas punya, apa yang saya buat report tu.
Subjek apa tu?
FRT. Reporting theory.
You dengan Dr. Nick?
Dr. Nick.
Okay.
Apa yang saya jumpa agak mengejutkan juga lah, sebab asal double sister entry kan, asal daripada Luca Pacioli tu, Lepas tu tarikh dengan Muslim accounting tu dekat-dekat sama je. Muslim
Sebenarnya Luka Pioli tu bukan orang pertama yang buat account kan. Sebenarnya Ibnu apa saya tak ingat.
Ya betul. Dia sejak
zaman apa tu? Dia sebelum tu lagi sebenarnya. Tapi biasa dia orang claim. Yang jadi claim tu bila kalau you belajar history yang zaman Renaissance, yang zaman Empire Turki Uthmaniyah tu jatuh. Tu masa zaman kegenangan Islam jatuh. Masa tu lah Western take over and then they claim semua ni dia. Yang medik asal dia padahal daripada Ibn Sina. Yang mat pun asal daripada dia. Padahal daripada mat siapa? Al-Khwarizmi kan. Lepas tu yang sama juga dengan accounting. Dia claim Luca Pacioli padahal tak pun sebelum tu lagi. Tapi apa yang kita buat? Tengok even kita punya textbook pun dominant by the Western. Kan? You guna textbook ethics ni pun textbook apa? Brooks and Dunn. Dia pun Western juga. So kita tak boleh buat apa? Kita tak boleh buat apa kalau kita tak dominant the system. Alright. So okay lah. Siapa yang akan ubah semua ni? Ialah you lah. You lah yang bakal ubah semua benda ni. Alright. Okay. Okay. Alright. Ada nak tanya tak pasal yang task tu? Kejap lagi saya akan upload terus kat Eclipse assignment. Untuk assignment case ni. Okay. It is depends on your creativity lah. You nak present macam mana, sama ada you nak present macam group 1 tadi ataupun you nak present dalam bentuk infografik pun boleh, ataupun you nak lakonkan semula case tu, you buat video and then you present, you suruh je orang tengok video you and then you discuss pun boleh, depends lah. As long as orang faham pasal case tu dan orang tahu apa yang you discuss. Alright. Okay, boleh group number 2?
Boleh, Madam.
Alright. So, any other question regarding the assignment? So, macam ni lah So, every time class, sebab kita dah start group assignment. So, every time class, please expect saya tak ada lecture. Saya akan serahkan kat you dekat lecture. Sebab every question yang saya create untuk you punya assignment is actually represent each topic. Okay, macam hari ni represent first topic. Next week pun represent first topic. Another week akan represent second topic, moral reasoning. Sebab topik kita tak banyak pun. Alright. So nanti kita akan bagi macam tu. So at the end saya akan conclude lah. Macam topik 1 ni saya dah ajari tu kan. So you dah tahu. Okay, another topic nanti at the end of your discussion tu I akan conclude and I akan give a lecture sikit lah. Just give a brief lecture lah. Untuk strengthen the topic. Alright. Okay. Ada lagi tak question nak tanya? So for group 1, another 2 weeks you kena hantar report kan?
Ya Doktor.
Okay, you hantar report sekali dengan slides tu boleh tak? Itulah bukti you punya presentation.
Boleh Doktor, tak masalah.
Okay. Sama juga dengan group lain, nanti you hantar report sekali dengan evidence of your presentation. Kalau ada slide, bagi slide. Kalau you buat video, bagi video. Kalau you buat infografik, bagi infografik tu. Tak kisahlah, asalkan you ada evidence yang you buat presentation. Okay?
Doktor, kalau buat video kan, biasanya dia ada masalah dekat nak upload kat klip sebab dia limit. Kalau kita upload kat YouTube, lepas tu kita hantar link, boleh ke tak?
Saya tak pernah try tapi boleh try, tapi janganlah buat video yang lama sampai bermasalah macam tu. Short video je. Okay, sebab you punya presentation pun 20 minutes je. Maybe dalam 5 minutes video atau less than 5 minutes ke. Kan? Yang lain tu lebih buat discussion ke, depends lah. Alright? Okay? Okay, any other question? Before we end our class. Any other question? Ada tak? Tak ada?
Tak ada Doktor.
Tak ada. Alright, kalau tak ada, that's all for today. See you next week. Okay, saya akan terus upload kat Equilib. Kalau rasa dalam setengah jam tak ada lagi, remind me. Saya kadang-kadang tak ingat. Alright. Okay, so that's all for today. Kita tangguhkan kelas dengan tasbih kafarah dan surah.